Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin, and I'd like to chat with you about the weather health risk for September 25th. We do keep 2 days worth of graphics available at tpatw.com. We'd like to first take a look at the surface weather map, and we have one major front stretching all the way from upstate New York through western Pennsylvania into eastern Kentucky, cutting down through the really toe of Louisiana and down to Brownsville, Texas, with unsettled weather ahead and along that front everywhere to the east, and there will be that risk of headache and migraine both ahead and along the front itself. There is a monsoon area of moisture cutting up through the southwest, picking up in New Mexico, Arizona, up into Nevada, and there is that little bit of frontal activity always trying to push inland and in the Pacific Northwest, Washington, and Oregon. Our first area of looking at weather health risk is the Vitality Index, which is a compilation of all of the weather elements that we see having an impact on human health. And we'll look here in the Pacific Northwest down into the Four Corners, always picking up southern Florida, and then of course into the northeast part of the country. Looking at pressure change, rising pressure will be a headache migraine risk all the way across Idaho, Montana, down into Wyoming, and then picking up in the plains, running all the way from Texas Panhandle up through portions of Colorado and Nebraska, picking up significantly in Nebraska and in South Dakota, cutting across Wisconsin, Michigan, Upper Peninsula, and then swinging back south through Pennsylvania, New York, and all of New England, being rather intense here in the Vermont, New Hampshire, and southern Maine area. While temperature changes have not been really significant over this period, they're relatively warm. We do see some moisture increases again here in the monsoon areas of the southwest, and then we see significant increases in moisture up and ahead of that frontal position we were talking about, and then drying behind the front. Looking at POI, or the availability of oxygen in the atmosphere, we see we do have a significant area of migraine risk here, running from Vancouver clear through Washington and Oregon down into California, especially here in the Reno area where California and Nevada come together, and then really across most of Southern California itself. We have a rather narrow area or a line right up along the New Mexico-Arizona border. And then we have two significant areas of migraine risk stretching from Brownsville, Texas, across Louisiana into Mississippi and Georgia. And then we have a little bit higher area running from the Dallas area across southeastern Oklahoma through Arkansas into the Boot Heel area of Missouri, and then including much of western Tennessee, western Kentucky, all of southern Illinois, and southern Indiana. We do see a rather hot or big area of risk for asthma and arthritis, and that stretches from New Mexico up through Colorado into Wyoming, picking up in the plains, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, cutting across Iowa and Minnesota through Wisconsin and the Michigan Upper Peninsula. Jumping off here to the northeast, a significant area of asthma and arthritis running from Virginia through Maryland, New Jersey, up into New York, and really across most of the northeast part of the country, especially New England, but right here especially strong in Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, tell us where you're located.